Good morning students. In previous video we have seen properties of air. Today we are going to see properties of water and properties of soil in detail. Now let us start with properties of water. Students, we all are aware that water can flow very easily. It has a flowing capacity. It occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. Now, what are the states in which water is found? Can you tell me? So it is found in solid, liquid and gaseous state. Now, some pictures are shown here. What inference will you draw? What do you understand from this picture? We can say that water is a fluid substance. It can flow through seeps or through gaps, and it can pass through small holes or cracks. So, it can pass very easily through small holes. You can see over here. Water occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. So, water is a fluid substance, means which can flow. Water does not have its own shape but have volume. Volume means space. It occupies space. As water does not have any shape, it takes the shape of the container. To understand properties of water, let us do some experiments. Students, let us perform an experiment. Now, what you have to do is, you have to take a bottle and fill water more than half. Mark the water level on the bottle. Keep this bottle upright in the freezer for making ice. Now, open the freezer after a couple of hours and observe. What do you see? You will see that the water has changed into ice. Now, note the level of ice. You will find that the ice level is higher than the water level before freezing. So, what do you understand from this? We understand that as water freezes to form ice, it expands, and if it expands, volume also increases. So, we can infer that as water freezes to form ice, it expands and volume also increases. Is it clear, everyone? So that means if water is converted into ice, it expands and it takes more space. That's why the level of water, the level of ice goes higher. Now we will perform one more experiment. Take a bucket of water. Drop many things or articles in it as shown in the picture. Now make a separate list of the articles which you have thrown and the articles which will sink in water and the articles those floats on it. Some articles are going to sink and some articles are going to float. So you will observe that the objects which are lighter in weight are floating, and the things which are higher in weight means their weight is more, they are sinked. Now take some water in a glass and add few pieces of ice to it. Now observe what happens. Why do we see the ice floats on water? Ice is lighter than water. When water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes means when it gets converted into ice, that is solid state, its volume increases. Therefore, the density of ice is less than that of water. That is why the ice floats on water. Again, I repeat, ice is lighter than water. Ice is lighter than water, and when the water freezes to form ice, water gets converted into ice. It becomes lighter than the original liquid. And when the water freezes, its volume increases. So the density of ice is less than that of water. Now we are going to understand that what is density. So let us see the density of water. Now, what is density of water? It's the relation between volume and mass of a substance. The space occupied by a substance is its volume. So, density is mass upon volume. So, what is mass? Mass is the amount of matter, means how much amount of matter is present. It can be solid, it can be liquid, it can be gaseous. And volume is the space. Each and everything in this world requires space. So volume is nothing but the space. So if we want to find out density, we will apply the formula, that is mass upon volume. And mass is measured in grams and volume is measured in cubic centimeters. So the unit will come gram per cubic centimeter. Now we will understand the anomalous behavior of water. Students normally when the temperature of the substance is lowered, its density increases. Now you have understood what is density. As the volume increases, the density also increases with volume. But water is an exceptional case. The density of water is peculiar. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most liquid. However, if the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. This means that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is below 4 degrees Celsius, its density increases and volume increases. It means that water expands when temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. This is called as anomalous behavior of water. Students, when water expands, temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. It is known as anomalous behavior of water. Now we will perform one more experiment. Take 2 containers and fill the containers with water. Take 2 teaspoons of salt in the second container and mix in the water of second container. Now place a potato in that container. Which container? In second container. You will see that the potato will float. Now remove that potato and put in the first container. You will see that potato will sink. Now what is the reason behind it? This is due to the change in density of water. Now how the density got changed? Because we have added salt in the second container. Potato floats in water due to increased density. In second figure, the potato floats and the density increases because the density of the second container is more. The potato is floating and in the first container there was no salt, that's why the potato was sinked. Now students, when salt dissolves in water, its particle get mixes in water. Slowly they become smaller and smaller. Then we cannot see it. And then they mix completely with water. This is what we call as dissolving. So the substance that dissolve is called as solute. For example, salt and sugar. Again I repeat, the substance that dissolve, that is known as solute. So it can be salt, it can be sugar. There are many more examples. Now, what is solvent? The substance in which the solute dissolve. For example, we can mix salt in water or sugar in water. So water will be said as solvent. When we mix solute and solvent, we get solution. See the picture of the solution, solute and solvent. First is salt, copper sulfate, and that is solute. Second one is water, that is solvent. When both get mixed with each other, we get a solution. Now we will see use of water according to its properties. So water is useful for water transport due to its fluidity. Water falling down from a height is used to generate electricity with the help of the generator. Water is a good coolant and is used in motor vehicles to control the temperature of engine. Water is universal solvent. As many substances are soluble in water, water is used as solvent in factories, laboratories, etc. Water is useful for cleaning purposes such as for bathing, washing clothes, etc. Now we'll see properties of soil. Let's recall. What is meant by soil? How is soil formed? So the answer is the upper layer of earth in which plants grow, a black or dark brown material typically consisting of a mixture of organic remains, clay and rock particles. What are the ingredients of the soil? Air, water, mineral and organic matter, that is living and non-living, are the basic ingredients of soil. Color is an important property of the soil. The soil gets its color as a result of several processes. The color of the soil near land surface is darker than the color in the lower layer. Soil may be of different color such as black, red, copper, yellow, silver, grey, etc. The properties of soil such as its fertility, drainage of water, capacity to hold water become clear from its color. It means that by seeing the color of soil, we can determine its characteristic. So, color is very important. Now, soil texture. The color of soil depends on texture of organic matter which is present in the soil. as well as on chemical ingredients like ferrous, magnesium, sodium, oxygen. Texture means appearance. Soil contains particles of different sizes. The texture of the soil is determined by the amount, or we can say proportion, of particles of the various sizes. Now, following are the types of soil on the basis of its texture. Texture means appearance, how it looks. Now, first one is sandy soil. Students, see the picture. Sandy soil looks like this. The particles of sandy soil are made up of mineral called silicon dioxide. These particles do not dissolve in water, and therefore the particles has very little capacity to supply nutrients. So the proportion of the sand, that is large particles in, is high in sandy soil. It is easy to plow the soil. Now, next one is silt soil. So, silt soil is not as pluggable than clay soil. This soil contains a large proportion of organic materials. Silt soil is also called as sedimentary soil. Its capacity to supply nutrients is much greater. The particles of the silt soil are of medium size. Now, next we have is clay soil. The proportion of small particle is maximum. So, clay soil is having small particles. The particle of clay soil feels smooth to touch. So, clay soil is very smooth. Clay soil has a very high water holding capacity. Now, what is soil structure? The structure of soil depends upon the different shapes of the particle in it. The advantages of good soil structure are roots get sufficient supply of oxygen. Fertility of soil depends upon soil structure. So, it is very important concept, children. Fertility depends on soil structure. Now, soil occurs in the form of columnar, laminar, granular, as well as block shape structure. You can see the picture also. Now, let us see the uses of soil. So, first one is plant conservation. It helps plants to grow. That means in conserving the plants. Next one is water conservation. It holds water as a result of dams and lakes get water throughout the year. Because of this, we can use water throughout the year. Now, next one is plasticity. So, soil can be given any required shape. This property of soil is called plasticity. As it can be given any desired shape, it is called plasticity. And because of plasticity, we can make articles of different shapes. We can make pots, we can make bricks, idols, containers, or earthen pots, etc. Now we are going to see some useful types of soil. So first one is china clay. It is also called as kaolin. It is white in color. It is used to make crockery, bathroom tiles, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks, jars, etc. Second one is shadu soil. It is also whitish in color. It is used for making statues and idol. Third one is terracotta soil. This soil is red in color. Decorative articles and pots used for growing plants are made from this soil. Fourth one is Multani soil. This soil is used in cosmetics. Soil testing. So, pH, the proportion of the various ingredients of soil can be determined by soil testing. The soil is examined for color, texture, and the proportion of organic matter in it. Two tests, namely the pH and electrical conductivity test, are particularly useful in finding out the characteristics of soil. So now we are going to see what is pH. pH is potential of hydrogen ion. It refers to hydrogen ion concentration in soil. It means that what is the amount of hydrogen ion in the soil. The pH value ranges from 0 to 14. So, if you see here, 6.2 to 7 range of pH is used for growing plants. It means that plants can only grow when the pH is from 6.2 to 7 pH. Just see, in highly acidic, none of the plants can be grown because it is acidic, and in acidic condition plants can't be grown, and plants can't be grown in highly alkaline condition. Now students, we are going to see what are the causes of diminished soil fertility. Diminished means less or low, or we can say reduce. So the causes of diminished soil fertility means the soil is not fertile at all. So first one is pH of the soil. So it depends on the pH. Now next one is low proportion of the organic matter. Third one, no proper drainage of water. Fourth one, repeated cultivation of crops. Fifth one, continuous use of saline water. Sixth one, excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Now, see the points which we have already studied in this video. Water does not have its own shape, but it has a volume. So, formula of density is equals to mass upon volume, and the unit of density is gram per cubic centimeter. That means G upon cc. Water expands when the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. The substance that dissolves in solute is called as solute. The substance in which the solute dissolves is called solvent. Example, water. When we mix solute and solvent, we get a solution. Color is an important property of the soil. The texture of the soil is determined by the proportion of particles of various sizes. So, the size of the particle determines the texture. There are two tests, namely pH and electrical conductivity, to find out the characteristic of the soil. Now, these questions are your homework. You will find out the answer. You will write in your notebook and you will show me.